Hey, wait, where are you going? Are you running away? That's not a good sign.
I'm afraid then, that's a little bit more than I can take on right now.
Alice, get out of me!
Welcome back everyone, Meanpooh here, and today we are going to take a look at Devil May Cry 5. The franchise has been around for a long time, and I still have my original Devil May Cry with my original PlayStation. The series is almost 18 years old. Most people who play video games have heard of it in one form or another. Other than the main series, Dante has been in movies, novels, and manga. He has made guest appearances in Beautiful Joe, Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Project X Zone, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, and there's probably some I have missed. Devil May Cry 5 is developed and published by Capcom. The gameplay of the series focuses primarily on fast-paced, highly stylized combat. Getting a high style ranking requires long attack and evasion strings while avoiding damage. While engaging enemies, varying your attacks will cause your style rank to rise. These letter grades start with D, moving on to A, and then to SS and SSS. You will see your play rank on the right side of the screen, and when you finish the level, you will get an overall score on how you did. The game also features some light puzzle solving and exploration. In my experience, this is going to a certain section of the level, finding a little bug which is essentially a key, and returning to the blocked location. Character-wise, you will be able to control 3. Nero is equipped with his Red Queen sword, his Blue Rose double-barrel revolver, and an assortment of new robotic arms called Devil Breakers. These have a variety of functions such as grabbing enemies from a distance or stopping time to freeze an enemy in place. Along with his signature Blade Rebellion and demonic sword Sparta, Dante has 2 new devil arms. A pair of buzzsaw-like weapons that combine into a motorcycle called Cavalier, and a set of fiery gauntlets and boots called Balrog. In addition, Dante also wields a stronger version of the Cerberus Nunchaku. The third playable character, V, which is my favorite, uses 3 demons. Griffin, which looks like a large bird, uses ranged lightning-based attacks and can give V a lift if close by, so just double tap and he'll grab you and move you far away from danger. Shadow, a panther, can shapeshift blades, spikes, and portals out of its body. Nightmare, a large golem, may crash onto the battlefield like a meteorite, or burst through parts of the environment, such as buildings. Nightmare uses a combination of melee attacks and laser beams. You can also ride on its back. The game's currency are orbs and come in different colors: blue, red, purple, just to name a few. Some will increase your vitality, some will extend your devil trigger gauge, others will allow you to upgrade your skills. Each character has their own set of skills which you have to upgrade independently. Likewise, characters with special abilities will have to be upgraded as well. Some of the abilities are quite expensive, so collect as many orbs as you can. As with all Devil May Cry games, most of the enemies are very creepy looking, and this time around they just look flat out demonic. There are around 19 to 20 different enemies in the game, and they are quite varied. The typical bat-looking creature is here, along with an enemy that wields 2 cleavers. There's even one that is wielding a large pair of scissors and can damn near block anything you throw at it. Bosses are large, mostly filling up the screen. The end-level bosses are not that difficult. I was able to beat at least 3 of them without dying or using orbs to revive. The levels are okay. It doesn't get repetitive, but I do hate the ones that have tight hallways. It was difficult to maneuver, and there was very little room to fight. Knowing where to go is not difficult either, as there is usually just one way. You're either backtracking going the wrong way, or you're going the right way. That's it. Performance on the Nitro 5 was something else. There were a lot of options to choose from, but the options that confused me the most was the variable ones. Why would you list frame rate as having the option of variable or locked at 60? This makes no sense. I can understand locking at 60, but what does the variable one do? What is it switching between? Anyway, FPS was all over the place. There was no presets, and I had to manually adjust the settings to what I would think fits the maxed high, low, etc. I'm running using throttle stop with an undervolt of -124 and a speed shift EPP of 100. When I tried to use -140, my CPU was not getting enough power, and well, I'll show you at the end. Looking at the results, we can see that in all cases, the GPU had a range between 70 and 71C. CPU presents the same thing with the exception of high, with an average temp of 68.8. I think it's safe to say that in total, no matter which setting you pick, the average CPU temp will be around 70.4. As for FPS, Devil May Cry 5 displays averages of 55, 58.5, and then down to 52. This can be attributed to how many things are on screen, the type of level, and some other things that we can't see. FPS continues on up with 64.5 and 73. Lastly, I threw in 1600 by 900 with minimal settings. Average temps for both processors have come down and FPS was slightly lowered, but again, this is based on what is going on at certain times within the game. I will also add that you will see your FPS spike sometimes 10 to 20 FPS above what you usually see on screen. As promised, here are the same settings with the undervolt of -124 and a speed shift EPP of 140. Notice how the CPU hardly ever reaches 3.1 GHz and hovers under 2.5. FPS will reach 60 at times, and generally temps are slightly lower. Both undervolts were playable, but if you want a more constant frame, set the speed shift EPP to 100 or lower. Just know that your temps will increase. Moving on, Devil May Cry 5 is being praised very highly on Steam with very few negatives. It looks to be around 1/10 out of 11,571. This is the number that I've checked on 3/11/19. Though some of the negatives have low time spent with the game, this can be because they are having troubles getting the game to run or having difficulties with low frame rates. I cannot disagree with their comments because for the most part, I have experienced some of them. For instance, out of sync cutscenes.
Took you long enough, dumbass. What happened to the third reboot?
Tell you what, you call me from now on and I'll hustle on over.
Major drops on FPS when it should be way higher than it should, and I have had it crash twice in my time spent with the game. Some of these issues seem to stem from the copy protection called de novo, in which in the past have caused issues with games. Over on Metacritic, the game is universally loved by the fans and critics, having the score pretty much in line with each other. For the most part, this is what a game usually looks like that has genuine reviews. It only has one negative review at this time. Taking a look at it, this person wants it to be longer, include a long and involved story like Final Fantasy, and topping off with RPG elements of Black Desert because items are just too easy to make. Dude, Devil May Cry is all about style first and story second. It has always been about how cool you take out an enemy with different weapons. Remember when Dante could juggle the enemy in the air and then jump and slam the enemy to the ground? That looked cool back in the day. Remember when Dante would sort of bounce like he was dancing as he was shooting his guns? Yeah, that was cool too. Sometimes you just have to look back at games from the 80s and 90s and compare what you are getting for the same price. Games are more involved now, more people, more resources, and when you look at what's on screen, Devil May Cry is a masterpiece compared to the others. Yeah, it may be short, but it makes up with different characters you can play with, along with large, detailed enemies. I'm not attacking the review, but I'm just stating some facts, that's all. Wrapping up, I really enjoyed Devil May Cry 5. I love the characters, the cutscenes are all over the top, and what Devil May Cry 5 cutscene isn't? The game has way too many cutscenes between fights, and a few times I just skipped them. I experienced stutters, low frame rates, and crashes. The settings for the FPS could have been better. They should have added a 30 FPS option or a frame slider. Devil May Cry has a lot going for it, with the detailed characters, the personality of the characters, and a little bit of humor that it has. The characters come off as so badass. Take V for instance. He looks kind of frail. He has a cane and a talking bird, which is some sort of demon. Underestimating this character could get you killed because he can summon 2 other entities to help fight. He can teleport close to you in what looks to be a one-hit finisher in certain conditions. Characters' hair will move freely when they walk and when they are just standing. Levels have a lot of color and some of the enemies are downright disgusting. Bosses are large and some of them are easy to beat. Story was average and I think it was a great addition to the Devil May Cry franchise. If you are not up on the story, there is an option on the main menu that will get you up to speed. If you are a Devil May Cry fan, I think you should at least check it out. Don't forget to take a break every now and then because your fingers will get tired. In closing, if the video helped you, feel free to like and subscribe. If you would like to know the hardware I am using, I have them listed in the description box. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Meanpooh, out.
Return. Come back. Settle back.
Hey, what's in that hole? Should we take a look?
This way, I guess. Here to remain now. I bless fail.
I see. Of course, more trouble. Not sure about that one, though. Never seen it before. Not in the underworld, anyway.
Search for the Devil's Sword, Sparta. You know where it is. He told me to leave it be. But I'm afraid it still concerns me. As long as there is a blood descendant of Sparta, I cannot take any chances. Do you understand? Find it and destroy it. Only then will his reign be truly realized.
Enjoy the taste of this.
No, you gotta come back to that.
One thought builds a landscape.
It's not the time of poetry. Wait, what does that even mean?
When there's a will, there's a way. Now let's go. Here now. wisdom no clock can measure.
What are demons doing in a city like this? Where do you think you're going? What are you doing down there?
You didn't think you did that all by yourself, did ya?
You know, I bet you taste like chicken.
Oh, you ungrateful son.
Yo, ladies away. Got any questions for her? Better make it fast.
All right.
Hey, wait. We could use that. Pick it up. Not that one. The other one.
This one?
Next to it.
Come on, Nico. This one?
Sure.